Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock on the dot. Let me find myself on the page and we'll get started with Teach It Tuesday with Jenny. I'm hoping I switched over to the right page. If not, I'll be switching. I'll log off and switch again. Oh, there I am. So, hey, Tammy, how are you? Welcome. So, I still haven't figured out the camera thing. So, I'm working with my camera really close to my desk. So, hopefully I don't bump my desk anywhere. I'm good. Yay, I'm good. Well, yeah, I'm good. So, anyway, welcome. It is Tuesday, November 5th, and it is Teach It Tuesday with Jenny and Tammy and Jenny. And today we are working with the Humble Home Bundle. Here is our stamp set, and I had the punch, but I set it aside because I'm going to actually, here's the punch. The punch is not available right now. Hey, Kelly, welcome. The punch is not available right now, but it will be back, supposed to be back December 2nd, I think it was. So keep an eye out for it. But you know, this, and I'll show you today, this shape, if you're using this stamp, or even if you stamp this and this one together, the roof and the brick, really easy to fussy cut. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it for you today. As long as I make sure I find my scissors. There they are. Sorry, folks. Trying to get a few things done and craziness. But anyway, hey, Patty, welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. Tammy did one today that was a great winter card. I'm doing one that's a little more of a Christmassy theme because of the candy canes. But I'm using it as a thank you card, and I colored my stamp, my little house. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what we're using. In addition to that set, I'm also using a die from the Greetings of the Season. I'm going to use this die right here, and I've already die cut it out for our sentiment that says thank you. So let's go ahead and put those aside. And let me pull out our pieces and parts, and I just dropped something again. All right, let's go ahead. Our card, all of our pieces and parts, there we go. Our card base, I'm using Real Red, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And you go ahead and fold it and burnish it with bone folder. And then we're gonna go ahead and set it aside. And then what I also have is our first layer, and I like to list these by layers, meaning pieces and parts. And this layer is our second layer, and it is 5 1/4 by 4. And I've used, it's Real Red as well, and I've used the So Swirly embossing folder on it, and that's going to become our background for this one. So let's go ahead and use, I'm going to be brave and use my stamp and seal on it. But sometimes you have to be really precise and very careful because Stamp and Seal doesn't give you the flexibility that our Tombow multi-purpose glue does. And this one, yep, there we go. We're going to go ahead and put that on right here. There we go. And I like it because it matches and it gives the color. I like some, how do I put this? I usually like to use embossing folders or something to give the background texture because it's just a personal preference. I'm not big on cards that don't have anything to the cardstock and it's just plain cardstock, especially if there's a lot of it showing like there is in this one, because it looks to me unfinished. So I love, I mean, honestly, embossing folders, if you had to ask me to list my top 5 must-haves, it would be embossing folders would be in that top 5. So now we're going to go ahead and set this aside, and we're going to go ahead, and our second layer is a piece of the candy cane, and this is from Snowy Scenes, and it is 1.5 by 2 1/4. And then let's see, layer number 4 is going to be, where is it? It's my die cut of my, well, I might have to go die cut another one. I had cut it out. Did it get stuck somewhere? Maybe it got, oh, I guess I'll go ahead and die cut it out. I already die cut one out and I'm missing it. So you'll have to give me just a moment. I'm going to find a scrap piece of my white, basic white. Just a tip. Here, I keep all my scraps and I keep them in an envelope like this, a cello bag, and that way I can always grab a piece if I need it. I keep it to the side to my right, and that way I can grab it. Oh, nope, that was another one. Grab it when I'm looking for something small, so I'm not cutting big pieces of my cardstock. I'm able to do a small one like this. And you know what? This works out. I don't have to leave my table because I'm going to go ahead and use my small Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So let's go ahead and cut this out. Usually this piece of paper that you would have when I put it in my instructions and I give you my details, it would be a 2.5 by 1.5 inch piece of cardstock, and I'm doing white to do this. Oop, and hopefully I don't hit the phone with my hand. Oop, there we go. It's a little shaky, but yeah, there we go. So we'll go ahead and there's our die cut, and we'll put this off to the side. All right. There we go. All right. Put my die, I'm going to put my die back because it's a small die. I don't want to lose it. So I'll put it back in my container. All right. So then this is going to be the 2.5 by 1.5. And then we have a piece that is a 1/2 inch wide by 5 1/4 inch long. And this will be where our sentiment goes. This is our tag. This is our DSP here. This is a 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece for our house. So let's go ahead and stamp that, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. We'll get our stamp here and our black ink and ink it up. Oh. All right. I hope everybody's having a good day and enjoying the weather. It's sort of nice here today. It's not too hot, not too cold. All right, there we go. Stamp that. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it, and I wanted to see what Pool Party would look like. And I love how Pool Party looks with this. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'll give you a couple tips on coloring this, but I'm not going to color all the parts, but these are the colors I use. I'm going to use my my dark real red, my light Pool Party. I'm going to use, or I did use, my light Lemon Lolly, and I always keep my color corrector or color lifter close by because I don't always get it right in there. Just right, LOL. Goldilocks. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to give you a tip. I tried using the small bullet tip for these, for the little tiny edges, and I always needed the color lifter. So I went ahead and used the brush tip. But instead of actually brushing, what I've done is to get into those little areas, I just sort of tap it, and it fills it in perfectly. Like so. So we're going to tap that in. And I swear to you, my eyes have gotten to the point where I feel like I need, you know, one of those giant round magnifying glasses that have the light on them. I feel like I need that for doing work like this right now, but I'm too vain to invest in something like that right now. So we're going to do that, and that's how I do the smaller parts. And then I'll also do this, and I color my lemon lolly. I use that to color in the lamps or the windows, so it looks like you've got a glow from inside. And when all is said and done, this is what it looks like. And what I didn't share with you is, instead of coloring the very top of the roof and this little area here that looks like snow on the chimney, what I did do is I threw on a little wink of Stella. Or I'm going to. I didn't do it on this one. I did it on the original. So let's go ahead and add a little wink of Stella, just so it glistens a little bit like you would see with snow being on the rooftop. So we'll do a little wink of Stella there, and a little bit on here. You gotta love wink of Stella. Gotta love Stella. And then we're going to, this is a cute heart, but it's black, and I don't like black hearts, at least not when you're talking Christmassy. So what we're going to do is, where's my take a pic tool? Can't find it. It's on my desk somewhere, but I just finished up my first craft fair, so it's still, as much as I got it cleaned up yesterday, you should just seen it yesterday if you look at it now. I'm going to just put my little peppermint swirl on the door in place. And let me show you real quickly how easy it is. And this is the one we'll use now. But I fussy cutted this one. Let me show you how easy it is to fussy cut this one, in case you can't get the punch right away. So we'll just fussy cut like that. And because there's so many straight lines, it's really, really easy. Let me see if I make sure I'm doing this in. It's... Oh yeah, they're having a party, Pat, Tammy. Our take a pic tools. We've been using them so much they've gone on strike. They've run away. But it's a very simple way. It's probably one of the easiest, and this is the kind of fussy cutting I don't mind, because I don't like fussy cutting a lot. But when it's simple lines like this, it works out really well. And when it's really close like that, oh, I thought it was closer. Let's get in there and snip it just a little bit more. There we go. And we'll cut some more. But as you can see, it's really easy to go ahead and snip away here. Fussy cut. You can get as close as you want. You could even cut right along the line, but then you lose the outline of the house. But see how simple that was? And there you go, fussy cut. Simple, simple, simple. So, all right, so let's go ahead and finish. So I've done, my house is in Pool Party, light Pool Party, with a real red trim, and lights are on the in the windows from the light Lemon Lolly. And we're going to go ahead and set this aside. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flag this. Now, flagging these things are a little bit like tying bows when they're live and in person. And even when I'm not doing it live and in person, flagging tends to make it difficult for me. What I found is you're going to be cutting off this portion anyway when you're flagging. So I like to measure it and get the middle, because what you're going to do when you flag something is you're going to cut up the middle for a little bit. All right. And then you're going to cut from one corner to the middle. And one corner. Make sure I'm doing this on screen. And if I eyeball it, I can never get that point in the middle. Never, ever, ever in a million years can I get it in the middle. But by noting it or making a little tick mark with a pencil where that center point is, it makes it so much easier. So let's go ahead and we'll stamp our 2 sentiments. We're going to use the sentiment that says for the sweet gift, and we're going to use the thank you as well. And I'm doing it in real red as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the thank you on our tag. And don't worry about that little hole in there. I'm going to show you how we're going to cover it. I mean, there are ways, I've seen ways of die cutting this halfway and then flipping the die around so that, and fitting it back in so that you can cut the rest of the way and not cut the hole in it. But this is such a small one that to me, that would be a little more on the difficult side. And I don't mind just using embellishments. So we're going to stamp there. All right, set this aside. All right, now we're going to put this together. And just to give you a heads up, this layout is inspired by the Mojo Monday sketches that you can find on Pinterest. Just type in Mojo Monday sketch or Mojo sketch, and you'll get a whole bunch of them. And this was inspired by one. You'll see if you find it and you see it, you'll notice I've made some changes in the layout, but it was definitely my inspiration. I'm going to put this right about an inch up. Here we go. Make sure that's even. Yeah, it looks even. Yep, it's close enough. And then this goes from one edge to the other. Actually, I'm going to move this over just, yeah, there we go. Put it right in the middle. So let's go ahead and put this on. All right. Let's see. All right. And then I'm going to use, oh, I better close my ink up. Otherwise, I'm going to put my hand in it. And then I'll have a red hand. Like Tammy said, if you ain't got ink on you, you ain't been crafting. Right, Tammy? I know. Let's see. All right, we'll use these glass scissors. I can't find my little tiny, oh, there they are. My little tiny scissors for cutting my adhesives. We'll cut my foam sheet. You can cut them to any shape, any size you need. You can even, actually, what's really cool about these foam sheet adhesives is you can use them on some intricate wording on the dies, and it gives you the pop-up look. And I think I have a piece around here where I did that. I do, right here. This is a total squirrel moment, but this I used for wanted to say dies. I used the foam adhesive sheets for the happy birthday in white cardstock so that it pops it up. You can see the dimension that it gives, and it just makes it pop off that background even more. So let's go ahead and put our foam adhesive sheets. Yes, team foam adhesive sheets for days and days. All right, and we're going to put this right about here. And then let's go ahead and we're going to glue this on. A little thing. And it goes right above here. And then we're going to cover up. Here's my take a pic tool. He was hiding behind some of my other stuff. We're going to use the medium peppermints, and we're going to put them right over that hole. Who needs to worry about that hole? And then we're going to go right across the way. And that looks, let's see. Label's looking a little crooked. All right, there we go. That is the outside of our card And we're going to go ahead and do our white inside. And there is a stamp, but I didn't get it. You know what? Let me get it put together. There is a stamp. We'll put this right here. And let me get it out of here. I love it. There's a heart stamp in our stamp set, and I think we can do that. I think what I'm going to do though is I think I'm going to stamp off or do what they call second generation stamping, so that it's there, but it's not quite as pronounced. So let's go ahead and we'll put it on the real red, stamp once off, and we'll just put it right here. And there we go. There is the inside of our card, our thank you card. And there is a cute thank you card for Christmas, or just winter. I say Christmas because of the candy canes, but you know, you could use this card and this layout for any occasion. I mean, because all you have to do is change the DSP that's here and maybe the colors, and you could easily, this card can be adapted for any holiday, any thank you you want to give. You know, it would be, this works. And I love this. And the fact that this house can be fussy cut it out is even better. So anyway, there is my card for Teach It Tuesday using the Humble Home bundle, or the Humble Home stamp set. And I am so glad that you joined us. You can, thanks, Patty. I'm glad you like it. Let me go ahead. I'm going to do this again because I can't find my website card that I have. So you can join me tomorrow on my blog at www.stampingwithjen.com, and you can, I'll share it in the group. Definitely. Oh, I'm so glad you, oh, I just did it again. I'm sorry. My buddy Bo, my crafting buddy Bo, is laying under my table, and I forget, and I go to extend my feet, and luckily this time it was his back legs that I sort of bumped, not his nose like I've done earlier today. But anyway, www.stampin' with 2 N's in Stampin' and 2 N's in Jen.com, and you can see a replay of this and get all the details with all measurements for this, as well as a link to my friend Tammy, who was on earlier today with her card, which was so adorable. And it was totally versatile. It doesn't even look like a Christmas card. It's more of a winter card, but it's beautiful. It's so pretty. And she did an excellent job. So you can see a link to her card on my blog tomorrow as well. So come on by and get the information. And I am so glad you joined me. And I would like to say thank you. Have a great Tuesday. And welcome to November. I can't believe we're in November already. So have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.